Welcome to the PEI HR Toolkit. Whether this is your first visit or you regularly stop by, this website is intended to help owners of small and medium-sized businesses find and use the information and tools needed to support specific human resources activities. Regardless of the size or the extent of its resources, an organization survives and thrives because of the capabilities and performance of its people, otherwise referred to as human resources. The objective of this module is to help you understand the importance of human resource management and the various functions associated with it. At a broad level, HR is in charge of overseeing organizational leadership and culture. This function also ensures compliance with employment and labor laws and often oversees health, safety, and privacy. In circumstances where employees hold a collective bargaining agreement, HR typically will also serve as the company's primary liaison with the employees' representatives or labor union, if applicable. In practice, HR is responsible for the employee experience during the entire employment life cycle. It seeks to find the right employees through the recruitment process, helps guide new hires through their orientation, and oversees their training and development during their time with your company. HR assesses talent through the use of performance management systems and then rewards them accordingly to a compensation framework. HR may sometimes administer payroll and employee benefits, although such activities are being outsourced more and more. Finally, HR is involved in employee terminations, including resignations, performance-related dismissals, and redundancies. This integral role is also essential during the process of mergers and acquisitions. To be effective, human resource planning must be integrated with the organization's strategic planning process and then supported by senior managers or business owners. Human resource management professionals, or those with HR responsibilities, are able to provide perspective on how strategic initiatives will impact the current workforce or if additional skills and resources are required to meet your business goals. As with all business planning, it is important to focus on the most accurate and reliable information available. Although HR is often perceived as the softer side of the business, numerous metrics and methodologies can be useful in your planning process that could significantly impact your business outcomes. It is not unusual to have various HR activities spread out across different members of your team. The end goal, however, is to eventually have an individual or central unit coordinate these tasks to ensure consistency in policies and practices, particularly if your business is growing in size. We suggest you speak with a professional to determine the most appropriate approach for your specific needs. And finally, planning should consist of specific time frames and activities to be effective. Being proactive often helps minimize the potential for problems to arise. As companies grow, there is a need to administer the HR function, but that doesn't always necessitate an entire HR department. Studies have shown that until the company has at least 50 employees, that function can typically be handled by one person. If you need to expand your internal HR team or outsource some of your HR functions, either on a short-term or long-term basis, consider if the individual employee has adequate time and training to properly administer the HR function for your business. Does your workforce exist locally, regionally, nationally, and/or internationally, and does this require additional supports? Do you need to expand your HR department or simply enhance some of the work processes to simplify the HR functions? If HR issues are getting in the way of running your business, or the HR function goes from being fairly simple to relatively complex, it may be time to bring in an HR specialist or expand your team. There is no absolute formula for deciding when it's time to bring in an HR specialist, as each organization's needs are unique. The right time may be when you are serious about decreasing your legal exposure, enhancing employee engagement, and/or dramatically increasing productivity and profitability.